stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me.
So that whole story where if rates rise, tech is in trouble, it doesn't actually play out that way in real life.
One of the factors why tech stocks have pulled back of late has been rising rates.
So which is it? Welcome to Phil's Gang, cover around the country off the Wall Street Radio Network, where we tell the truth. That's amazing, isn't it? Here you are, same network. One guy says one thing, another guy says something else. Can't believe that. I mean, it's the same old deal. They're fighting for advertising dollars. You take the three networks, I don't care if it's Bloomberg, but you take Bloomberg and CNBC and Fox Business, all fighting for the advertising dollar. They're all fighting for the auto industry dollar. Because remember, the auto industry, if you watch these shows at all, you'll see most of them are auto ads, and they fight for this ad. And they got to make you feel good, so you go out and buy something. They got to convince you the economy's doing terrific. And that way and that's how they get rated, and that's how they get the dollars from the auto industry. So if you're real honest and you're telling the truth, you're not going to get much money from the auto industry. They're not going to buy much time. The guy who sits there and lies and creates a bunch of nonsense, they're going to get all the money. So you don't get the truth from these guys. You just don't, because they can't tell you the truth, because they got to pay for their airtime. They need advertisers. So today we see the market is up about 250 points in a Dow. Look, this week it's going to be a short week because of the holiday, Memorial Day weekend. Always be very, very careful. Every time we're going into a holiday, I don't care if it's Christmas, I don't care what it is, the big boys leave early. So that means there's not much shorting going on. So that means they can run the prices of stocks up. And then when you come back, it all unwinds. So be very careful. You got to know what you're doing, okay, in a market that's going into a holiday. But I want to talk about what's amazing to me. Our Congress, our Senate, let's take the Senate and the House banking committees. Now, in conjunction with the Federal Reserve, the Senate and House Banking Committee, with the Federal Reserve, they're responsible for overseeing the Federal Reserve to make sure they maintain maximum employment and to focus on helping Main Street working families. They're supposed to focus on helping retirees. They're supposed to do that by protecting their investments, their 401ks, their pensions, their savings, their CDs, stocks, bonds, etc. And they make sure that the folks on Main Street benefit from their investments, whatever they are, by keeping our economy on a sound footing. On a sound footing, get that? By raising and lowering interest rates at the right time. By making sure they maintain stable prices, especially for staples, food, gasoline, housing, healthcare, etc. They don't do any of that. It's not what they do. They don't do that. They could care less about Main Street. They don't take care of you. They only take care of themselves. And how do we know that? The money supply. They print and print and print and print money. Now, that doesn't mean, and that's their job to print money, doesn't mean that having the Federal Reserve in conjunction, with our Congress, going on 13 years, that they're supposed to take this and go on a money printing spree. Just because the Federal Reserve with the Congress are responsible okay, for all the printing of money and the economy and all that sort of thing. It doesn't mean they got the right to go print and print and print, go on this printing spree. That's what they've done since 2008. They've done that. Killed the dollar, devaluated the dollar, the purchasing power of the dollar. And people don't get it. They have no idea what that means. And why do they keep doing this? Why do they keep slamming the dollar, keep killing the dollar? For a couple purposes. One purpose, they want to keep getting those dollars down and to get them as weak as they can. Because remember, that causes inflation. You know, when you get all this printing money, causes inflation, drops the dollar down, and that helps the wealthy, the big guys. That helps them. They love a weaker dollar. But it doesn't help you. It doesn't help the Main Street guy. It doesn't help the guy, the middle class. Only helps the wealthy. And so what they do, by continuing to purchase, by printing all this money, that destroys your value of your dollar in your wallet, that costs you so much more for all the things you need to do. They keep printing and destroying the dollar, and they just keep going back to the government. The government causes the Federal Reserve, calls them in and say, hey, we're tapped out. Come on in and buy all of our debt, our Treasury debt, because we just borrowed last month trillions of dollars from China and from folks on Main Street, and now we have all this Treasury debt. Will you come in and buy it, get off our balance sheet so that we can go and spend more? So they print the money to go in and buy that debt. We talk about this all the time. How does that help you? It doesn't help Main Street. Every time the cycle goes around and around, same thing. Go in debt. Call on me. Call on you. Hey, we need treasuries. We'll sell you treasuries. We go to the auction. We buy a treasury. China buys treasuries. And that means there's no money at the banks because everybody shifted the money out of the banks to buy these treasuries. So that means the guy who's doing a startup business, which is the backbone of our nation, he goes to the bank. There's very little money at the bank because everybody's buying treasuries. And when there's little money at the banks, what do? Raise interest rates. So if you're going to start a business, the interest rates are going to be too high, so you're not going to start the business. So that kills small business, and small business is the backbone of our nation. And it's definitely the backbone of our jobs. That's where all the jobs start. Our jobs, 72% of all our new jobs come from startups. But think about this, how unbelievable this is. Our Congress, these guys in Congress, and the Federal Reserve, they print money so they can go in and keep buying the debt off the balance sheet. And every time they do that, they go buy the debt, they go spend more. Then they go buy the debt again from them. Then they go spend more. You will never see these interest rates go down. All this is doing is destroying the economy. Because anytime you're printing money for the purpose, anytime you're printing money, it should be for the purpose of business investment. Anytime they're printing money, it should be for business investment. For companies to do CapEx spending, to go in and buy machinery and equipment. That's what should be doing. When you print money, that should be the purpose. But they don't do that anymore when they print money. It's not for the purpose of printing all this money to go in for business investment so the company can produce more, so your wages will go up. Then you can go spend. Nobody cares about that anymore. Our Congress doesn't care because our Congress makes more money in the stock market. Same with the Federal Reserve. The owners of the Federal Reserve, they make more money in the stock market. They have totally said, screw Main Street. So how do you go make money? You got to go to the stock market because you're not going to make money in wage increases. Nobody's going to give you a wage increase. More when I get back. Join my gang free for 10 days. Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, remember, everything that Powell and the Federal Reserve is doing right now, okay, and our Congress, the crooks in Congress, everything is about massive money printing. They're not going to stop. They've been doing this since 2008. They're not going to stop. Their whole idea is to continue to get rates down to zero. Because they want to keep doing stock buybacks. They want to keep loaning money to companies at zero rates. At zero rates. Now remember who sets the short-term rate. That's the Fed. They don't set the long-term rate, which is your treasuries. And what's crazy is all this inflation, they're not raising their rates. I mean, look at the inflation. Look what's going on with poultry and meat and construction, wood, everything. I mean, it's incredible what's going on. But yet, they're not raising their rates. That's going to kill the economy. Keeping these rates so low, like they have been for so long, destroys growth. There's no growth. There's no economic growth. And they keep lying to you, saying the economic growth is going to be fantastic. It's going to be 6-7%. It's not sustainable. That's not growth. That's not growth. When they shut down the economy and people are getting all these checks and they weren't out spending, now all of a sudden the economy's open, they go out and spend. Well, of course you're going to get a surge. You're going to get a surge. Just like what happened with the jobs number a couple Fridays ago. Everyone thought it was going to be 1 million jobs. It was only 266,000 jobs. Why? Because they ended with the pool was empty. Everybody who got laid off got laid off. So during the pandemic, the peak of it, people weren't working. So now, as the economy opens, they all go back to work. Not all of them, but a lot of them go back to work. And then they thought we're going to have 1 million new jobs, No, 266,000 jobs, because these weren't new jobs to begin with. And it's the same thing with the economy. Don't listen to them, that the economy is going to explode. It's not. We're going to go right back to 1.8, 2.8, the most economic growth. So you got to make sure you're in the right stocks. And I'm telling you, the Congress and the Senate and the House Banking Committee have really put it to the people on Main Street. Big time. This money supply, they got a free rein to go in and print. This printing spree is terrible. And it'd be okay if they're doing it for the right reason, to grow the economy. But they're not doing it to grow the economy. This is what people don't understand and why the crash is coming. They're not doing it. What they're printing money for is to keep purchasing treasury debt. The debt on the balance sheet of the national debt. All that treasury debt sitting there. They go and keep on purchasing it. That's why they print money. You can't grow an economy doing that. You can't do that. You got if you're going to grow an economy, you want to print money so that you can loan it to CEOs who take it and do CapEx spending, business investment, so you can produce more goods. When we decide to print money and decide not to increase productivity, which increases your wages, increases your standard of living, when we purposely keep on printing money and say, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to increase productivity. We want to print money to do more stock buybacks. We want to print money to do more stimulus. When they're doing stimulus, they're propping up the economy. So what do you do to make money? You just got to get into the best stocks. You got to buy them and you got to sell them short. That's all. It's not hard to do. Now, our gold stocks have been doing terrific. I'll give you an example. Instead of gold, let's do our SID. Okay, and anybody could do this if you had our chart. Now this is steel stock. It turned green at $6.85. In what we call the sweet spot, okay, it stopped at the sweet spot at $7.70. Now that was about a 13% gain. Now think about it. From 686 the minute it turned green, and then the end of the sweet spot around let's round it off around 787, around 14%. That's I mean, how much better can you do than that? Now, if you went all the way, okay, before it turned red, it was up about I don't know, I think it was around 37%. 37%. So one stock up 37% if you went the whole way with it, or 14% if you just took the first portion out. And we would tell you when to get in, when to get out, because the color-coded chart tells you when to get in and when to get out. That's the greatest thing. You can have great confidence. But here's the beautiful thing now. Now it's falling apart. So let's think about it. So the stock went from a low, let's go do a low of 682, went to a high of 1030. Now people are holding on to it. They have no idea what they're doing. They're holding on to it. Now it's turned red. They don't know that because they don't have my chart. It turned red at $8.09. It's $9. We'll round it off. And today now it's down to about $8.31. So we're now shorting it. So think about it. You could have made on one side of the transaction 14%. We'll average it out, and the other side of the transaction, you're gonna make about 8%. Just 8% in 4 days, 4 trading days. So if you know how to just follow the money, and to buy and when to get out, and to know when to sell short, and we're here to help you. We'll do that for you. That's what you got to do to survive this. To stay in and listen to these people on the fake business news networks and listen to their advice, you're out of your mind. You're going to lose money like you did in the dot-com, the housing con. It's going to happen again. Be right back after this break. Join my gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. Go to philsgang.com. Sign up. You go to Working Investor Group. You get, for 10 days, you get my color-coded chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell, but better yet, when to sell short. Now, you can listen all day long to these business news networks, and they're going to tell you how the economy is just doing fantastic, everything's wonderful, we're going to just keep going. That's not true. That's a bold-faced lie. The proof is, when they're printing money purposely, the Federal Reserve and our Congress, they know all this printing of money, they're not using it to increase our productivity. Everything's productivity. I don't care what nation you are. Everybody lives and dies by productivity. You got to produce to increase your economic growth, to grow your economy. You can't grow an economy when you got $28 trillion in debt. You can't. It's impossible. And all they do is keep on going in and keep buying portions of the debt, the treasuries, and they fill them right back up again. They go in, more treasuries, fill it right back up again. It's ridiculous. But here's what they know. They're not printing money to increase our productivity as a nation. That's terrible. They're not printing money to increase more goods, make more goods. Instead, they're printing money to destroy the purchasing power of the dollar, to make the dollar weak. They want a weak dollar. And all they want is, again, to keep making sure they have all this debt. They don't care about the debt. They could care less. Because the more they destroy the dollar, they want to destroy the dollar. Because all this debt they have, remember, that debt goes down in value. Goes down in value. Example, you owe China $1 trillion. Let's say $1 million. The next morning they wake up, China gets grumpy. They say, wait a minute. How come America only owes us $900 billion? No, it's $1 trillion. Well, simple. Because of all the debt and all this printing of money. Every time you keep printing money, they destroy the value of the dollar, which means you're destroying the value of the debt. And so they keep getting grumpy. And one day, they're going to turn around when the country needs money, which they always need. They're going to say, no, I'm not going to loan it to you unless I get this kind of a rate, which would kill the economy. Or they may just turn around and sell the treasuries they have now. They may just dump the treasuries they have now, shooting our interest rates up through the moon. So everything they're telling you is a bold-faced lie. They're weakening the purchase price of our dollars on purpose and not increasing productivity on purpose so we can have a better nation. They don't care about our nation's growth. All they care about is the more they can kill the dollar, the happier they are. The more that dollar's weakened, the happier they are. They want a weak dollar. And so they can keep on buying the debt and keep doing stock buybacks to push the market up. Every time you weaken that dollar, remember, every time you print money, the inflation goes up, dollar comes down, and they go and take that weak dollar, and they can and they can borrow. And you remember, interest rates are down. They can borrow money for almost nothing, and just to keep those stock prices up. So here's what you do: you want to make sure you're in the best stocks. The best stocks right now, if you got to be in the banks. In the banks, we bought a little stock on Friday, DB. We got in somewhere around, I think it was 1468. Today it's up about 1505. It turned green from red. Beautiful setup. But my members will know when to get out of this stock. See, you won't know when to get out. Just like they tell you buy in a pullback. But my members know where to buy in a pullback. You don't know where to buy in a pullback. Take example, steel. SID is the symbol. Now, we did very nice with this stock. We caught both sides of it. We caught the upside, around 14%. More than that, actually. 14%, then again, 37%. And now we're catching it as it's going down. It's going down. We got about 8% going down. We also, now listen to this. Remember when Cramer said to buy UMC? Now, this is the typical nonsense. Listen to what he says. This is about a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Is United Microelectronics a buy at this level?
I think so. I think so. It's just doing really well. I mean, the chart is wrong.
Doing really well. The chart is wrong. A chart can't be wrong. How can a chart be wrong? I mean, it has the algorithms. The chart's not wrong. It's always right. It reflects the money going in, money going out. It's not wrong. Unbelievable. So the stock dropped from 1128 all the way down to 780. Now he's telling people, and this guy asked, well, what should I do? He said, well, stay in. The stock is still in trouble. Now the stock went from a low of 780, it's now at 880. He said, well, that's good. No, it's not. Because when you look at the chart, it means the money is still flowing out of the stock. Just because the stock goes up, it doesn't mean that's good, because the market maker or the specialist, he can push the price up artificially. That's his job, to get people to buy it. So he'll make a market. He's called a market maker. He'll make a market. So it means he goes in and puts a bid in for $8.80, trying to get you to buy it. Now, if you don't have this color-coded chart, you would probably buy it because you'd see it on a candlestick that's green, and you'd buy it. Well, here's what you know. You wouldn't do that with us because, number one, all the candlesticks are red on it, and the trend is going down. The trend is the most important thing, because even though the market maker moved it from, let's say, 780 up to 880, the trend never changed, which means he's moving it up. He's rigging it to go up. So if you got in today at 880, that means you could wake up tomorrow morning, it could be down to 680. Because my color-coded chart is all the candlesticks are red on it. And that's telling you, that, and the trend is down, which is telling you, even though the stock is going up, there's not enough money coming in. It can't sustain itself. Now, what better is that, for heaven's sakes? Now, that's the kind of chart you should have. Now, let's take a look at our golds, our juniors, GDXJ. Now, we took some profit on Friday and Thursday of last week. Now, when that turned green, GDXJ at $47, it ran up to $54. Now, that's about a 15% gain on GDXJ. But now, it doesn't mean every gang member made 15%. I'm just telling you, when it turned green, they had a buy signal. Now, some get in later, some not checking the market, some get in a little earlier. But the point is, the color-coded chart did its job. It identified the stock, the gold juniors. It identified when it's okay to get in. When it's okay to get in. It did its job. Now, it's up to the member where he decides he wants to get in or not. So even if a member got in at $49 and went to $54, that's got to be about, what is that, about 6%, something like that. So again, 40%, sorry. Yeah, 40%. So that's a 40% gain. All you got to know now is how to get out. When do I get out? But you will know that. We'll make sure we get you out. That's why we have the color-coded chart. So check it out. It's free for 10 days. Go to philsgang.com. It works.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out. And that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Back about 2005, I found myself out of work, and one of the things I was doing was you guys KCA was playing Phil's Gang at noon, and he was predicting in 2005 a collapse of the housing market. Well, I ended up getting a job in the glass business, and things were pretty good until until a collapse in the housing market caused my job to go bankrupt, and I ended up chasing a bachelor's degree and got a master's degree just now, 2 weeks ago, got my master's degree in the mail. But this Phil Gang feller, he was on it, and nobody else was predicting what he predicted, but he was on the money with where he knew. He was talking in 2005. He was talking about how people had the teaser rates with their mortgages and that the whole thing was going to collapse. So anyway, I was pleased to hear Phil's Gang, a piece of an ad there on KCAA, because this guy called it, man. Anyway, I mean, he knew what time it was. You got to respect that.
That's a testimonial. We enjoyed that. Somebody sent that to us this weekend. That's a great testimonial. But the point is that, look, I've been in this business for 51 years. Okay, been on this earth for 75 years. I've seen it all, and I can tell you, when they keep on printing the money, I can tell you, the printing's going crazy. It affects the dollar. The dollar is collapsing. It's going to collapse. And when the dollar collapses, everybody's going to be running to gold. They're going to be running to copper. But you got to get into the gold now. Gold mining stocks, not the physical gold. Go to gold mining stocks like the juniors. And just be patient and just follow the chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, when to get out, when to run like hell, but when to short. So when the dollar drops, okay, you're going to see that the everything just is going to fall apart. Treasuries, nobody's going to want treasuries. Nobody's going to want treasuries. And the yields on the treasury are going to continue to go higher. They keep telling you no. That's a lie. When the dollar goes down, your yields on a treasury keeps going up. So all this printing of money, not for the purpose of increasing productivity, creating more goods that would increase our economy, would increase wages, where people got wages now and they can spend and they can save and start small. None of that's happening. They do it for one purpose. They keep on printing this money to keep buying all this treasury debt. Every day, people are running to the treasuries, right? And they buy treasuries. They don't know what to do. They buy treasuries. Don't know what to do. They buy treasuries. And all this debt, $28 trillion. And it keeps going up. You know, you would think at one point they'd print all this money, they buy the debt, and then the debt would be less. No, because they keep on printing and printing and printing and more debt, more debt, more debt. So the idea, just watch the dollars. The dollar goes down, watch your gold mining stocks. And if you're with us, we hold your hand right through it. This is the time to get involved with us. If you never have, get involved now and follow the mining stocks with us. Now, the bank stocks, they're trying to push the bank stocks up. All artificial, all artificial. The big tech stocks, they're doing everything they can to get you to buy the big tech stocks. Don't get caught in buying the big tech stocks unless you're really good, okay, at swing trading, you know, short term. You're really good at it because, yes, these stocks are going to go up. But you got people coming in buying the big tech stocks, don't know what they're doing. Yes, it'll push it up, but they're not going to last. They're not going to last. Because, again, the yields on these treasuries aren't going to go down. They're going to go up. They're going to go up. And when the dollar drops, and it's dropping now, people are dumping their treasuries. They're dumping selling their treasuries. And every time they sell their treasuries to get into gold or copper or Bitcoin or whatever, every time they sell their treasuries, the yields go back up. They're having a hell of a time trying to get the 10-year treasury yield below 160 basis points. And then we've been between 160 and 170 for quite a while now. And they're doing everything they can to try to break it down through. And it won't work because we got Europeans, we got people all over the world dumping their treasuries. And when they sell their treasuries, boom, the yields go up. When the yield goes up, it kills us. It kills us. Housing is going to take a hit. We've been shorting the housing stocks. That's another one you should follow us. Our housing stocks we're shorting because yields are going to keep on going up because people are going to keep selling their treasuries, and that's what happens. So you got a fantastic opportunity in the mining stocks, in the housing stocks to short, in the mining stocks to buy. I mean, you got so much opportunity. Now, all these airline stocks and casinos and hotels, they're telling you, oh, they're all going to go up because people now, it's all done now, the COVID, and everybody's going to be traveling, going to casinos. It's not happening. And that's why we got into our gold stocks. And again, if you go and take a look at all the stocks that they're talking about, the airlines, okay? Look at the airline stocks. They're not doing well. Now obviously, at some point, that's going to change. You keep your eye on them, okay? And my color-coded chart, okay, will tell us when we should get in and buy because they'll cover their short positions. In other words, if you take a look at JetBlue, JetBlue dropped from $22 down to about $18. It's in a severe downtrend. If you're buying that stock today, you got to be crazy. If you don't have my chart, you don't know that. You got a regular chart, right, where you got red, green. You know, every candlestick is a different color, right? Red or green. Mine on JetBlue is solid red. Tells you not to buy those. Now you go and take a look at Boeing. Now here's Boeing. Now Boeing may be an opportunity to buy in the next couple of weeks. Boeing. It's red, but this thing's been beaten down. And if we can get a couple good down days and it doesn't go down any further, then Boeing, once it turns green, we'll buy it. I think we can make some money on Boeing. Now you take your cruise lines. Now take NCLH. Now we're going to put right now as we go into the closing here of the market. Okay, we'll identify this for our member sentiment alert. NCLH just turned green today. Now I'm going to buy a little scout on it. A little scout, because all the shorts seem to be covering it, so we can get a nice little move on it. Just turned green today. Now I'm not looking for this thing to be a big star. I'm not looking for it to go up and make new highs. Not at all. Not right now. But we could get a nice. We could probably pick up 15% on that stock. Another cruise line, Carnival Cruise. Okay, still all red. Money still coming out of it. It's at 27.88. Wait till it breaks above 38. The casinos. Okay, again, all of these at some point are going to go up. But not like they're talking. People got into these things some time ago and they got killed. They kept going down. We didn't, because they kept going down. They were red. Those were shorts. And we could identify by looking at them that money was coming out. So all these stocks, the airlines, the cruise lines, the casinos, all of these at some point, okay, they're going to cover their short positions, called short covering, and you're going to be able to make some nice money on these stocks. That's another reason you should join, to follow us with all these what we call the COVID-19 stocks, like the hotels. Okay, you're going to have an opportunity to buy some of these hotels. Okay, another one is the ski resorts, like Vail. So there's opportunities in these, but you just got to know what you're doing. Other stocks that may break out will be McDonald's. Okay, that may break out. But how do you know when to buy them? You're going to listen to these three networks? They're crazy. If you join my gang, start with gold with us, follow us in gold, free for 10 days. Okay, and you'll see it works. At the end of 10 days, you can say, why did I do that before? So I'll see you on the charts. Join the gang, philsgang.com. Sign up with the Working Investor Group.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.